The sun was setting over the small village of Eremo, casting a golden glow over the tall palm trees and tiny clay huts. Smoke rose from cooking fires as mothers prepared the evening meal, their voices mixing with the laughter of children playing in the dusty streets. The air smelled of roasted plantains and fresh rain. In the center of the village, under a great baobab tree, an old woman named Mama Ebony sat on a wooden stool, her walking stick resting beside her. Around her, a group of children gathered, their eyes full of curiosity. Mama Ebony was known as the village storyteller, and every evening, she shared tales that made hearts swell with warmth or tremble with fear. Tonight, as the fire crackled beside her, she smiled and looked at the eager faces around her. Mama Ebony said, "Come close, my children, and listen well. Tonight, I will tell you a story that is not just a tale but a truth, a story of love, patience, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child." The children scooted closer, their eyes shining with anticipation. Children responded. "Tell us, Mama Ebony, what is the story called?" Jide asked. Mama Ebony's gaze softened as she looked up at the sky, as if seeing the past unfold before her eyes. Mama Ebony responded. "It is called the Song of the River. It is the story of a woman named Nia, who loved her son more than life itself but had to learn that love sometimes means waiting, even when the wait is painful. A mother's love. Many years ago, in a village much like this one, there lived a woman named Nia. She was not rich, but she had something far more precious, a son named Kato. From the moment he was born, she dedicated her life to him. Every morning, she woke before the sun to prepare food for him, singing as she worked. Nia singing softly. "Sleep, my child, grow strong and wise, like the river that never dries." Kato loved his mother deeply. He was a bright, curious boy who would run through the village, playing with his friends, climbing mango trees, and splashing in the river. But no matter how far he wandered, he always returned home before nightfall to hear his mother's song. As he grew older, he became stronger and more ambitious. He dreamed of more than just the small village life. He wanted to see the world beyond the river, beyond the fields, beyond the stars. The call of the city. One evening, as Nia prepared dinner, Kato sat beside her, his face serious. Kato said, "Mama, I have heard stories of the big city. There are jobs, opportunities, and riches there. I want to go and make something of myself." Nia paused, her hands stilling over the steaming pot of yam porridge. Her heart tightened. Nia responded, "But my son, the city is far. Who will take care of you? Who will sing you to sleep?" Kato smiled, taking her hand in his. "Mama, I am a man now. I will be fine. And when I have made enough money, I will return and build you the biggest house in the village." Nia sighed. She knew that no matter how much she wanted to keep him close, she could not hold him back from his dreams. Nia said to him, "Go, my son. Follow your dreams. But never forget your home. Never forget the river. And never forget my song." That night, for the first time, Nia sang her song with tears in her eyes. The long wait. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. Months into years. At first, Kato sent letters. He spoke of bright city lights, tall buildings, and busy streets filled with people. He promised that soon, he would return. But soon never came. The letters became fewer. Then, they stopped altogether. Yet, every evening, Nia sat by the river, singing the same song she had sung to him as a child. Nia singing softly. "Sleep, my child, grow strong and wise, like the river that never dries." The villagers whispered as they watched her. Mama Titi said, "She sings for a son who has forgotten her." Mama Lola said, Maybe he will never return. But Nia refused to believe that. She knew in her heart that a mother's love never fades, and neither does the bond between a mother and her child. Kato's life in the city. Meanwhile, in the city, Kato's life was not as easy as he had imagined. Yes, he had found work. Yes, he had earned money. But in chasing wealth, he had lost something greater. He had lost time. The city was busy, fast, and demanding. Days passed quickly. He always told himself, I will visit Mama soon. But something always came up, a promotion, a business deal, another opportunity. One evening, after many years, he sat alone in his fine house, staring at the walls. He had everything he had once dreamed of, money, success, even a car. But his heart felt empty. Then, he heard something, soft, distant, almost like a whisper in the wind. A song. His mother's song. The journey home. Kato could not ignore it. That night, he packed his bags and left the city. He traveled through the fields and forests, over rivers and dusty roads, until at last, he reached the village. It was quiet, peaceful, just as he had left it. And there, by the river, sat his mother. She was older now, her hair streaked with silver, but she was still the same. She was singing. Kato's heart clenched. Tears filled his eyes. He walked toward her, his voice shaking. Kato said, Mama. Nia turned slowly. At first, she thought she was dreaming. But when she saw her son, standing before her, she knew it was real. Her eyes filled with tears, and she opened her arms. Kato fell into them like a child. Nia whispering, My son, you have returned. That night, for the first time in many years, Kato sat beside his mother as she sang. Nia singing softly. Sleep, my child, grow strong and wise, like the river that never dries. And this time, Kato sang with her. The lesson. Mama Ebony looks at the children, her voice soft and wise. Mama Ebony said to the children, So, my little ones, never forget the ones who love you. No matter how far you go, their love will always call you home, just like Nia's song called her son back to her. The children sit in silence, their hearts full of warmth. The fire crackles, and the river sings its gentle song in the distance. This is the end of this story. If you love this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more beautiful tales.